testing the new Honda Jazz today. If it looks familiar, that's because the basic shape remains the same. This body style is what Honda calls the crossfade monoform design. It's more like a mini MPV, which is why it liberates so much space on the inside and is one of the key factors that makes the Jazz as flexible and versatile as it is. The front end styling of the new Jazz is unmistakably Honda. It has this broad piano black section with the Honda logo sitting proud in the center, highlighted with this chrome trim.
Honda claims the new Jazz is lighter and stronger than its predecessor. Since the original Jazz burst upon the scene in 2001, Honda has sold more than 5.5 million units in over 75 countries. The new Jazz, which goes on sale in India next month, will be the first and so far only diesel-powered version anywhere in the world, which speaks volumes of the Japanese manufacturer's commitment to the Indian market.
The rear three quarters is one of the more attractive angles of the new Honda Jazz. These hook-shaped tail lamps and this broad chrome grille lend it a lot of character. In fact, the styling of the rear is a little bit reminiscent of the largest CRV SUV.
The Honda Jazz will be the largest hatchback on sale in India. Indeed, it has the most spacious interior by far. Honda has increased the wheelbase by over an inch, while smarter packaging has ensured that up to 3 inches more of total cabin space is available to passengers.
The interiors of the new Honda Jazz have been very thoughtfully and intelligently designed. There are lots of storage cubbies all around the cabin. You have storage space over here in the center console, along the center tunnel, in the doors. So you can really pack in a lot of stuff. However, I don't like the shiny piano black finish on the center console. It's a dust magnet. Also, the touchscreen system interface for operating the climate control is also not to my liking, because it's a little difficult to operate while you're driving. Remember the crossfade monoform design I was talking about earlier? Well, jargon aside, what it does is it serves to liberate acres of space on the inside of the new Jazz. The driving seat has been adjusted to my driving posture. Despite that, sitting in the back seat, you can see the amount of legroom available to me. My knees are literally inches away from the front seat back. The new Honda Jazz will be available with 3 powertrain variants. There's a diesel manual, which we're testing here. There's also a petrol manual and a petrol with a CVT gearbox. So I'm driving the new Jazz diesel just now. Honestly, it feels very nice to drive. The gears shift positively. The clutch weightage is spot on. In fact, I think other manufacturers can learn from Honda how to have a well-weighted and a positive clutch. The steering is nice. The suspension setup is on the softer side, but that's understandable given the kind of application and use this car will be put to. However, one big flaw is the amount of engine noise inside the cabin. This is a loud and boomy engine. So while it has good performance and it pulls really strongly through the gears, this engine noise is a little disconcerting. It's also going to be tiring on longer drives.
Honda claims the new Jazz diesel will be the most fuel-efficient car in its class. The ARAI certified mileage figure is 27.3 kilometers per litre. The Jazz uses the familiar 1.5-litre i-DTEC diesel engine found under the bonnet of all Honda cars in India. It also uses the same 6-speed manual gearbox as found in the city sedan, but with a taller final drive ratio, which, along with its lower weight, helps the Jazz fuel efficiency. Honda claims the petrol manual will manage 18.7 kilometers per litre, while the petrol CVT will be even more fuel efficient with a figure of 19 kilometers per litre, all under ideal test conditions, of course.
Earlier this morning we were driving the Jazz diesel. This, however, is the new Jazz petrol which we're going to be driving. This car is powered by a 1.2-litre petrol engine and has a 5-speed manual gearbox. This is the top-of-the-line VX trim variant of the new Honda Jazz. It comes with Honda's magic seats, and they really are magical. We are going to show you just what all you can do with these seats, which can be configured in multiple ways. They also fold flat into the floor to liberate a lot of room. However, bear in mind that these magic seats are only available on the top-end VX trim variant.
The Jazz's USP are the magic seats. The rear seat can flip, tumble, fold and split in numerous configurations to allow you to carry just about anything from a washing machine to sleeping children and or your pets. These magic seats are only available on the top-end VX grade, however, which is a little disappointing.
For those of you who are looking for an automatic option, Honda offers the new Jazz with a CVT gearbox. You can actually drive this like a manual. You can change gears using these paddles on the steering wheel. You pull the left paddle to shift down and the right to shift up. The petrol Jazz, powered by a puny 1.2-litre petrol engine, feels quite underpowered, especially after you drive the diesel. Considering that it has just half the torque, it really struggles, especially when you have a fully loaded vehicle. The CVT gearbox is actually very easy to use in congested traffic conditions like we're driving through just now. But you can't get away from the fact that the engine feels underpowered. On the open stretches of road in Goa, where we've been test driving this new Jazz, we found the car to be really wanting, especially when trying to overtake it.
Performance and fuel efficiency are what Honda engines are known for. While both the i-DTEC petrol and i-DTEC diesel engine have been around for some time now, there's no getting away from the fact that the petrol Jazz feels underpowered, while refinement levels in the diesel are found wanting, especially when compared to the likes of the Hyundai Elite i20. But this is probably the best Honda can do, given the constraints of cost. And let's not forget government legislation, which penalizes cars with petrol engines bigger than 1.2 litres. The new Honda Jazz goes on sale on July 8th. It will be available in 7 colors and 4 trim variants, beginning from the base E trim going up via the S, V and the top-of-the-line VX variant.
So will the new Jazz be a bestseller for Honda? At this point in time, I cannot predict. Honda has not given us any clues as to what the pricing of the new Jazz will be. But suffice to say that we expect the base petrol version to start at a little over 5 lakh rupees, with the top-end diesel VX touching maybe 9.5 lakh rupees on the road in Delhi. That's going to be an expensive car. At that price point, it's a lot of money. But Honda is also offering a lot of car.